So dear students, now we are going head into the further topics on embryology. So embryology is a sequential topic where all the topics should be studied one after the other. So if you learn the embryology in a sequence, you will understand the concept. Only if you know a better idea of general embryology, it becomes easier for you all to understand systemic embryology. Embryology starts with cell cycle and all, which we had completed in the previous session. And today we are going to know about gametogenesis. So gametogenesis is the process of formation, that is a process of development of a specialized cells, which are the male and female gametes. So the female gamete is oocyte and male gamete is spermatocyte. So if we look at the chromosomal number present in a normal human cell, it is called as 46XY in males, and in females it is 46XX. So this is the chromosome number which is considered to be diploid. So during gametogenesis, what is the special thing which happens during gametogenesis is the chromosome number is reduced half and shape of the cells is altered. So if you see the final stage in the spermatocyte here, matured sperm, the shape of the sperm is totally different from a normal cell. So the normal number of chromosomes is considered to be diploid. So during gametogenesis, the chromosomal numbers are reduced to half, that is haploid, to 23. So from 46 it reduces to 23. So chromosome is defined as the presence of a constricted part of the centromere. So if we see the chromosome, it is an elongated thread-like structure which has got a constriction called as the centromere. And in the nucleus of each cell, DNA molecules are packed into this thread-like structure called as chromosomes. So all the DNAs are packed inside the chromosomes. Each chromosome is made up of DNA, which is a tightly coiled many times around the proteins called as histones, so that support the structure of chromosome. So chromosome is made up of DNA and it also made up of supporting proteins called as histones. So that is about the chromosomes. So before going into this gametogenesis, we should have a very good idea about primordial germ cells. So the gametes in both male and females, they are derived from special cells called as primordial germ cells. So these primordial germ cells we can represent as PGC. So primordial germ cells, they are formed during second week of gestation. So if you see inside the concept is during second week of gestation, we see the formation of these primordial germ cells. And these primordial germ cells move through the primitive streak. So exactly if you see development during first and second week of development, second week we have got two layers of cells which are called as epiblast and hypoblast cells. Epiblast are long columnar cells and hypoblast are cuboidal cells. And these epiblast cells, you can consider it as primitive ectoderm, and these epiblast cells will give rise to primordial germ cells, which are otherwise we can represent as PGCs. These primordial germ cells, they migrate to the dorsal wall of yolk sac. So they migrate to the wall of the yolk sac from the epiblast. So along the dorsal wall of the yolk sac, these primordial germ cells, they migrate to the gonadal ridge during 5th week. So during 5th week, migrate to the gonadal ridge. So gonadal ridge, in females it forms ovaries and in males they form testes. These primordial germ cells are very actively dividing cells. So mitotic divisions increase their number during their migration and also when they arrive into the gonad. So you can see here the primordial germ cells, we can see they are very actively dividing cells where they divide through mitosis, so mitotic division. So they number, you can see they keep on increasing their numbers as they travel toward from the yolk sac to the gonadal ridge or the genital ridge. So talking about this gametogenesis includes not only mitosis, it includes meiosis, where there is a reduction in the number of chromosomes, and cytodifferentiation to complete their maturation. So aberrant migration of primordial germ cells, wrong migration, may lead to germ cell tumors called as teratomas, and these teratomas may also result from the epiblast cells, and we know the epiblast cells are the cells which are highly dividing cells, so they are pluripotent stem cells.